Knowledge is power, and this is my Range Rover L405, and as you can see, there is no engine. I have previously used the workshop manual to disassemble the engine, and I organized all the parts in boxes. After buying a broken vandalized Range Rover L405 from the auction and fixing an initial electrical fault, I discovered that I had an engine knocking. I then removed the oil filter, only to discover that it had metal particles in it. This is when I realized that I had to take the engine out. So after 2.5 years of working on my cars on a steep, slopey driveway, I rented a garage and installed a 2-post lift just so I can fix this Range Rover L405. Since I'm not a mechanic and I have no background experience, I used the workshop manual to remove this 3-liter TDV6 engine out of the car. I successfully disassembled it layer by layer and found out where the knocking was coming from. This is when I realized that the bearings had failed and they caused devastating damage beyond repair to the crankshaft. So I purchased a new genuine crankshaft along with new bearings and other replacement parts. And now it's time to continue the journey of reassembling the engine and get one step closer to putting it back in the car. And previously I assembled the bottom half of the engine, including the crankshaft, bearings, pistons, and now we're gonna build it all the way back up. Or at least I'm gonna try. But it's gonna get very dirty, so let's put a new set of clothes. This was the coolant pump that was in the car, the one I took out. And there's nowhere it says Citroen or Ford or Land Rover, there's no marking on it. So I'm assuming it's an aftermarket, and I'm assuming it has been replaced recently because it's very smooth and there's nothing wrong with it. But just like I say in every video that I've made so far about this car, I don't want to mess around with this car after the engine is complete. Once the engine is complete, the only thing we have to do with this car is just doing normal service every 6 months, replacing the oil, replacing filters. That's all what I want to do, okay? I don't want to do another, coolant service and belt service and whatnot. So while we're here, even though there's nothing wrong with this one, I mean, we can have it as a spare, but while we're here, might as well get a new water pump.
Nice. Comes with a seal?
Seal.
Yeah.
So it looks like I'm doubling down on seals because I've already got a seal. I'm doubling down on seals. I don't know why I'm doing that. Basically, we've got seals to fix 3 engines here.
Yeah, I think we didn't know if it will come in the box or not. So
Yeah,
just in case.
I think the more the better, I guess. Yeah. If you didn't know, by the way, a lot of these parts, you don't need to go to Land Rover because it's not a Land Rover engine, is what I'm trying to say. What is it, Alex? What engine is it?
Ford.
It's Ford.
F-150.
So you can buy parts from Ford.
Yes.
What else as well? Citroen. So you can buy parts from Citroen, and where else?
And Peugeot.
And Peugeot. Also, there are some quality brand aftermarket. This is FAI. This is quality products. You can tell it's quality just from the packaging.
Can you see how smooth it is when you try to turn it?
Yeah. Let's just install it and stop talking. I know a lot of people get bored if I talk too much. So let's just install it. So now, if you remember, when we were disassembling the engine, Alex and we were struggling removing a very, very stubborn bolt. I want to see if I can do it myself. So 25, 150, 300, and then 90 degrees. If I can't do it myself, Alex, I need your help.
Yeah.
You're willing to help?
I'm willing to help.
Okay.
I'll volunteer.
Yeah, you can volunteer?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how it works. That was easy. My weight should be able to do 150 easily. Oh yeah, that's easy. I'm gonna put all of my weight. All the burgers I had and the pizzas, they're gonna pay off now. Ready?
Okay, almost.
Almost?
Almost.
Okay.
Just a bit more.
Okay, ready? A bit more.
So close.
I need the burger after this.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yes.
90. Right guys, today is actually been the busiest day since we opened the garage. I am cleaning cylinder heads, I'm cleaning manifolds, we're cleaning a lot of the engine. Now the engine looks like it's not completed yet. There's a lot of things that has to go on, but I cannot just put them without cleaning. We've cleaned this part. I think this one goes for the fuel, and this one is for the oil and the coolant. One of the inlet manifolds is outside getting cleaned, and here there's another one that is cooking. And on top of all of that, check this out. These are the turbos. In this manic day, things are going crazy, I'm gonna stop what I'm doing, literally leave what it is, and I'm gonna go all the way about like an hour and a half away to drop these turbos. I'm gonna get them refurbished to put them back in the car because I'm not sure if they're in good condition or not. But refurbishment, I think that's the best way to go about it. While that is happening, Alex is gonna help me edit the videos.
Yes.
And I'm gonna go do the turbos.
Yes.
And I'll be back in 3-4 hours, Alex. It's
Yeah.
far away.
Okay.
So, see you later. I'll be back.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm not gonna lie to you, the manifolds are driving me crazy. It took me 2 days to get them done, but here you go. That's where we are at the moment. They look cleaner than before. They were full of soot, but it's okay right now. And the other one is still in the ultrasonic cleaner, just getting cleaned after it's been jet washed and been full of chemicals and brake cleaner and so on. Soot is not easy to clean. Oil it is, soot is not. If you're doing this job yourself, soot is very, very difficult to clean. If you're not up to the task, just buy a new one. Much easier, trust me. So the next step would be to assemble the cylinder heads, okay? I have made sure all of this is flat as showed you in previous video. I made sure this is flat here. Now let's talk about cylinder heads. This is the driver and the passenger. They have been to a machine shop and they have skimmed them. Inside there are some sleeves. They look like this. To be honest with you, I was supposed to give the machine shop them to replace them, but they've replaced their own, so I end up having extra products. I noticed the theme in our videos that we're getting too many products here that useless.
A lot of gaskets.
A lot of gaskets. It's the first time I'm doing it, so I'm doubling down on everything. It's costing me more. Well, we'll talk about the cost later, but it's costing me more than what I thought it would do. But I'm still under budget, by the way. I'm still under budget from the original video, if you remember, when we got the shop, okay? So we've checked with the straight, it's all good to go. And we've got some new gaskets. These are the thickest gasket you can get, by the way, because we took some material off just to make sure we've got the thickest gasket to go with it. We also got new bolts because I don't want to reuse the old bolts.
Yes.
But just like we did with the rest of the engine, they need torquing to a specific stage and sequence. So that's the situation. Oh, by the way, before I forget, I've already uploaded a video on the second channel if you wanted to go and see it. It's to do with the torquing of the crankshaft. Let's stop talking and let's continue working. I'm very excited in installing these 2 cylinder heads. Let's do it. So you have obviously seen me cleaning and detailing and taking apart the coolant and the oil filter and replacing the rubbers, all new rubbers and stuff like that. And I was about to put it. And in the last minute, I was like, hold on a second, Fahad. This is the last chance for the engine to have clean filtered oil. Are you gonna risk it and put an old part? What if I've missed some particles inside? What if there's like a debris from the bearings or anything like that? Even though I did my best to clean it, but I'm just not too sure. I mean, you can see it's sparkling clean and I cleaned this. I don't know, something inside me is telling me not to do it. So I panicked. And what did I do? I went out and bought a brand new part. I cannot go halfway. I cannot do half measures. I have to go full on or nothing at all. So I bought a new part. Why? I don't know. So here you go. New parts. New rubbers, even though I replaced. New rubbers, even though I replaced. New everything. See, I think it has a filter inside. I have not opened it yet, but we'll open it later. But new part it is. Before we install the oil cooler, we need to install the glow plugs. But before installing the glow plugs, we have to test each and every one of them to make sure they're completely working, especially that the engine had petrol before. And then we can move on from there. Let me show you how we test this. Very, very cool. So this device is a probe. I have been using it to test the oil level sensor in previous video if you have been watching. So what I do is I connect it to a battery over there, positive and negative, and then I can test if there is a continuity. The black is on black here, that's how it gets the power. And then if I do this, you can see it's green. So it's just showing that there's a circuit, but it's not actually giving power. If I press this top button, it'll actually provide power to the glow plug, okay? So, and then this will come hot. You ready to see this? So while I'm sat here cleaning the glow plugs and testing the glow plugs, I want to ask you a question. And I want your true honest, okay? In the previous videos, multiple of you actually, and multiple videos, not just a singular video, you guys kept on mentioning that you enjoy seeing me working in a garage. And I should definitely keep the garage after finishing this project. And I should definitely do more projects. Now, the intention at the beginning is to fix this car and that is it. Honestly, I did not think about the future. Hypothetically speaking, if I were to sell it, which car I should get next, what would you like to see me working on, which car and what kind of project. So it's important, not just the car, it's what kind of project. Do you want me to see work on another engine, or do you want modifications and so on? I would like to grow YouTube, wouldn't you, Alex?
Yeah.
I would like to grow YouTube.
I feel like we really have built a community here, and it's so nice that everyone is coming back and they're enjoying our videos, so it's just nice to...
Can I say something cheeky?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Everyone in the comments always saying thank you for doing this, thank you, great video, it's nice to hear from you again, it's nice. You guys give me a lot of compliments, you both of us, right?
Yes.
We get a lot of compliments.
Yeah.
I am very grateful that you guys are doing this, and I am doing something right. I don't know what it is, but I'm doing something right because you guys liking it, isn't it?
Yeah, you're enjoying it.
You're enjoying it, and this is really great. So I would like to hear from you and help me to grow this community.
Yes.
So how can I grow? What can I do to make things better? And by the way, if you have anything about like editing style or video style or anything like that, you have comments, please do criticize me. I love criticism. Without criticism, we cannot move forward. But people, you guys are not criticizing. You're just saying thank you, great video, blah blah blah. I need criticism. I know it's weird to say in this day and age. It's weird to ask for criticism, but if you don't criticize, then how supposed to grow? There is one subscriber actually asked us to leave the technical bits
for the
second channel, and we have done so. Look, I listened to you, and you want longer videos. I have listened to you. I opened another channel, and I put the torque specification and everything over there. If you don't know, we have a second channel, by the way. It's called Second Life as usual. So I am listening to you. I'm doing exactly what you tell me to do. So you tell me, what do you want to see next, and what kind of modifications or work needs to be done to it?
Yes.
Let's fit the go plugs.
Yes.
If you're too shy to criticize me in the comments, you can always email me, by the way. You can say, Fahad, you need to improve on this, I need to improve on that. Feel free to contact me. You have my email details in the info, by the way. A lot of you already know my email because you guys been contacting me through emails, aren't you?
Yes.
Oops. I'm glad I marked them because I almost got them confused.
Oops.
I don't think it matters, but
just in case.
Just in case. So yes, please do so. Contact me. While I'm installing the electronics, the electrics for the Go plugs, I realized two things. Number one, they're gonna be in my way while installing the camshaft. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this one here, just so it's out of my way. And the second thing, I realized I cannot complete this engine in this video. With that in mind, guys, I thank you very much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe for future videos, and I'll see you on the next one. We need to complete this engine. We need to drive the car, for love of God. I want to do it. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.